What's up, everybody? Welcome back to
I would pray for you.
reviewing
I'd go and misbehave just so you notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the
window
room.
motor
Damn, what a hell of a view.
follow-up.
I feel good.
A little bit of
You
bad
look
info,
great.
which I
I
wrote in
like
the description of the previous video when I was trying to figure out what was wrong with the window. I watched a guy with a 9-volt battery and the lines, and somehow he was making the window work with just a regular household battery. Maybe it was 12 volt. I thought I heard him say 9. Looked like a 9 volt. This mechanism only works hooked up to the battery. I mean, if you have a loose battery, great. These that I got from AutoZone for 20 bucks, 10 foot, so you could run it to the battery with no problem. So we are in the midst of fixing the window motor. If you look at one of the previous videos, car came back from the mechanic having issues with the window motor, or window lowering, raising. Wasn't the issue before it went to the mechanic. It was sitting out for a couple of months. Totally possible something burnt out. Replaced the switches. Passenger side works. Passenger side works. Driver side switch, change the switch, doesn't work. Ran a line in the previous video from the battery to the motor directly. The argument is sometimes these wires fray, sometimes there's a bad connection. Did not work. The motor did not work. In the previous video, did not work. So what are we doing here today? Replacing the window motor. You can see here, because it's a cab, the biggest thing is you need to drop this regulator which holds up the window. Taped it up, took some work related pads. These are 2-degree pads that have a bit of a wedge. Slammed them in there, didn't have too much of a problem. Here's the issue, and we're right in the midst of doing everything. I don't even know if this is going to work or not. We'll be showing you. I'll edit it in such a way. Most of what I did was in this speaker area here. I dropped the screws to release sort of the regulator to manipulate it. I see guys online taking everything out. I wasn't wholly confident that I could get everything back in. Plus, I think the way I had this window wedged, there's certain arms that have to move around. But I was able to shift everything down to working within the speaker wire. As you can see with my gloves, which I'd recommend wearing some gloves, your hands will get torn up trying to work in there. I did it this way. It wasn't easy. I would say I'm about 2 hours plus into it. So, going to show you a couple things. What I discovered when I took the old motor out. We'll show you that. Lo and behold, it's working. I don't know if it was gummed up there was a bunch of gunk on the outside of it, or I don't know if I still have a bad regulator but not a bad motor. So what I went ahead and did is I put the new motor in. Something I'll explain as we go along is the whole key to getting this back is making sure that the motor is aligned on that mechanism in such a way that all the screws line up. I got pretty lucky where at some point when I had everything down, I think in Wayne Dempsey's book, you'll see where you could actually manipulate it to there in the speaker hole. I had it pretty much in that area, was able to loosen 2 of the bolts, removed, and this one swung out, which allowed this thing to come forward even more to about here. And then I loosened this. When I put the new mechanism, I anchored this one and then manipulated things to get it back in. Truth be told, as I put everything back together, I was looking, you're in here basically manipulating this whole section, and I could see that I wasn't going to get these lined up, which meant that this motor wasn't really sitting properly or high enough on it. I think because the window's lowering and closing and opening, it's got to be in a certain position to get all these lined up. So I'm going to remove all this stuff, and we're going to see if this thing's working or not. Maybe not. Stay tuned. All right, everybody. So re-hooked up the battery. Lights are on. I haven't tested it yet, so you guys will be the first to see if it actually worked. Here was the wedge pads. Tape off. Let's try the passenger side. That is working. So we know we have power. It's actually working pretty slowly. Might need to change that one. Here we go, people. Either it works or it doesn't. Oh boy. Oh, look at this mother. Huh? Look at this mother effer. Only thing is, the switch is upside down. Awesome. So I just got to turn that right side up. And we did it. So, tips, wear gloves, wedge this bad boy up. I mean, I screwed the little jam here with the window, but who cares? Definitely was able to do everything by manipulating this whole mechanism right into this point. So you need some light in there. Had this portable light. What else? This bolt right here, what I did was when it was improperly aligned, the mechanism, the motor, new motor onto this mechanism, I put this bolt in right here, locked it in. This one was free. It allowed me to manipulate this enough to get 10 millimeter 10 millimeter wrench, and I had a ratchet here, and I was able to get in. At some point, you could even, that top bolt here, the top bolt right here, you can move it to just where you can get in there with the ratchet. So, like I said, 2.5, maybe 3 hours. I think he said 3 hours in the book here. It's definitely doable without getting this regulator out. One of the things I read online in some of the chat groups somewhere else is you got to have patience. At some point, I'm telling you, I was losing my patience. I was under the car. You could see my hands are all torn up. So that is workable, and I think Wayne says very satisfying result. I may break down and do the other side just because I love driving myself crazy. So, all right. Thanks for tuning in. Check out some of our other videos about this project. We'll be working on the interior, moving along as we go. So, thanks for stopping by. Not so much chewing with the Jude. One more time. Yes. Satisfying. Thank you. Peace.